Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, the tarot cards are the Art Nouveau Tarot by Matt Myers. I've had this a long time. I'm going to say close to 30 years. I don't think you can find this anymore, but maybe. That's the information. This was before website. Well, I shouldn't say it was before websites. It was definitely before websites were popular. There's the information at the top. So if you're interested, that's the information for that tarot deck. Supportive Oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Reich Baskin. Website on the back is, I believe, watkinspublishing.com. Should be right there at the bottom. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. And I also use dice. I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana, substituting 22 for 0. For the Fool, I use a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and then I have a 4-sided dice that I use to choose the element for that minor arcana. All these came from the dice shop, which is mathartfun.com. Hopefully you can see that website if you're interested. Hopefully it shows up on camera. mathartfun.com. Okay, with that being said, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and let's get into your read. Hello, Pisces. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Pisces? Couple Ace of Wands, Ace of coins right off the bat. Knight of Cups here too. 4 of Swords. A lot of good cards. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. You are compatible with that. So the Devil card is showing up. Another Ace showing up. A lot of things going on with this. Things have to be done the way they have to be done. Let's get all the cards out first before we... So the energy here is interesting. I'm going to show you the roughest card first, and everything seems like it gets better from there on out. So we got the Devil card with the impasse here, like you're stuck. Devil card can talk about Capricorn energy. Ironically, Capricorn energy is compatible with Pisces. This talks about rules, restrictions, boundaries with harsh repercussions if boundaries are breached. So it's kind of like, I'm stuck where I am for right now. But this is like, where this is showing up in your reading, this is like the weather. This isn't always going to be how it is. No matter what the weather is, it changes. You know what I mean? It may be sunny today, it could be cloudy tomorrow, it may be warm at this time of year, it'll be probably colder at a different time. It does change to no matter where you are, it does change a bit one way or another. Sometimes it's more windy than others, stuff like that. But like right now, it's kind of like things are stuck, but I don't think it's going to hold you down, because you know that there's change is going to happen, change is happening. You seem to know that already. And you're ready for it. Maybe you've been ready for it for a while, but you might be also questioning like, all right, I'm ready for it. I know it's going to happen, but when? The Moon card showed up on the dice and the 5 of Cups. You know at some point it's going to happen, but right now it's not. Is that correct? But I'm like, I'm ready for it too, but at the same time, I'm comfortable that it's not. I feel like I'm waiting. And maybe I've gotten comfortable with waiting. Maybe it's been a long time. Is this going to be another waiting reading for Pisces? Because you're going to, like, seriously. Like, seriously. I don't think it's going to be, like, waiting forever, but I feel like they are giving you a heads up. Like, you've been waiting a long time. You might even feel like, yeah, it'll probably still be waiting for a long time. They're like, no, it's coming sooner than you think. The change is coming sooner than you think. I knew it was coming. I know it would be coming at some point, and I thought it was coming forward a couple times, but it just hasn't gotten here yet. You got a lot of aces coming in. The only ace you're missing is the Ace of Swords. I think that is the only one you're missing. Ace of Fire coming in, Ace of Pentacles, you got the Ace of Cups coming in the environment. Things are starting to really kick forward. It's one of those things, it's not about whether you like it or not. You know it's coming. It's kind of like, well, when it comes, I know I have to deal with it. Once I get it behind me, it doesn't matter if I like it. I'm not creating it. I'm not making it happen. But once it happens, once I get it behind me, you know, I can pick up my life the way I need to once it's behind me. It's coming in a lot. I feel like this is definitely something I keep thinking, yeah, I've been waiting a long time, and I'll probably be waiting a long time. Like, no, it's coming very soon. And it might be a bit of a shakeup. Is the Tower here? I don't think the Tower's out here, which is fine. We don't really need that, do we? It's starting to happen. I feel like, but I'm not really trusting that it's really here. But it is starting to happen. Let's go a little bit farther forward, because whatever this is, there's definitely a lot here for you. The Four of Major Arcana is the Emperor. It's upside down. And then the Eight of Fire. Something, it's just coming in, and it doesn't matter if I like it or not. The Emperor reversed is like, I don't have any control over it, but I do feel like it's kind of brutal. And at first, I'm not seeing it for the truth that it's giving me. Whatever's coming in, it does feel a little brutal. I feel like you're just going with the flow. This might be one of those moments that Pisces is known for, and I'm saying this as a Pisces, where you might kind of be doing what you need to do to get through it, but you're also numbing out. It's almost like, going through the rote routine, knowing what you have to do, but not feeling really upset or happy about it either way, just kind of like it just needs to be done, so I'm just doing it. I feel like as a Pisces that we numb out, and sometimes we don't even realize that we've done it. We just do what we need to do, and we get through it. There's a lot of healing coming out of this situation. I don't feel like you realize all the healing that's happening while it's happening, because you're just kind of like surviving in the moment and getting through it. This isn't going to last that long, but I'm getting like, there's a challenge when this starts really happening. Is to kind of like acknowledge what's really happening around you, because whatever's happening, it does feel traumatic. It does, though. Things are changing, and it's like, I don't feel like I have the control over it. Somebody else has control. The King of Pentacles is here, and it's just kind of like, it's been coming for a while, and now it's happening. It does kind of feel traumatic, but I don't feel like I'm responding to it like it's traumatic. It's weird. It's a little odd. The trick is to not think, well, all right, this is just how it feels for right now, and I'm just going to go with it. It'll be fine. Things are working out the way they're supposed to. Maybe I don't need to worry about it. Maybe it's okay that I'm at peace with it. I feel like what they're saying is, like, when you feel this energy, it is healing, and things aren't feeling that bad for you. But it's a passing moment, and at some point you're going to have to, like, come back and, like, really feel out what happened here. While it's happening, it's almost like a survival instinct. I'm not too emotionally connected to it. I'm just kind of getting through it. I know what's going on. I understand, and I do have some feelings about it, but it seems like it's affecting other people more than it's affecting me. And they're kind of like saying, accepting that, your balance will come later. It's almost like, instead of getting upset in front of everybody else, when I'm off on my own, I'll process it and I'll get upset on my own. And it's kind of like, by acknowledging that, like, I'll have my time where I process it when I'm feeling safe. I will process it where I need to. I feel like they're saying it's better to acknowledge that, because otherwise you could end up burying feelings and not dealing with them. And by doing that, it could hold you back in ways you're not expecting. You want to kind of look at this in a sense of like, I do need to kind of process this. I just don't feel comfortable where I am. I need to create a space for myself, or I need to visit somebody. Some of you may have people that you can visit and you can talk things out with, and you can have those honest emotions. Other people just might need that safe space where, like, you can actually process, think about what's happening, and let yourself grieve it or deal with whatever's going on here. Could be a grieving process thing going on. This definitely feels very specific for Pisces. I mean, it's a Pisces read, obviously, but definitely this is for people who have that trait where we are able to turn off what's going on around us and just get through it. Even though it looks very traumatic for other people, sometimes I feel like I've done this where it's kind of like it's bad, but for some reason I'm able to go through it. Other people are very upset, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm having a non-reaction to it, and I'm just kind of like, huh, that's odd. Maybe I don't know, that's weird. But by acknowledging kind of like, oh, I have a feeling about it, but I need to be in my safe place before I can let that feeling come forward. It's helpful because, like, again, if you have a person that you can do that with, or if it's just you need to have a place where you feel safe, where you can let that emotion out, when you're in that safe place, going through the scenario and feeling it out that way might bring it forward and help you feel what you need to feel to heal from it fully. I feel like they're trying to give you like a heads up, like whatever's happening, they're saying you're going to have the knee-jerk reaction to bury it and not react to it to the level that you're really feeling it. They're saying try not to do that. Try to give yourself that allowance to deal with it in your own space. Because there will be a moment where if you don't deal with it in your own space, on your own terms, it'll push forward, it'll force itself forward when you don't want it to. So it's kind of like, okay, so this, whatever this is coming forward, whatever it is. If you don't process it on your terms, you don't kind of like step aside and go, I know I have more feelings about this, and go talk to somebody that you're safe with, or having a moment like where you're off by yourself, where you feel safe. If you don't do that, it's going to pop forward with the Ten of Swords, and it's just going to rear its ugly head when it does. And you may end up having an emotion when you don't want to, or when it's really like not a good time for you to do so. If you do kind of acknowledge that internally, I feel like this is an option. So if it feels wrong, just ignore it, just move on from it. If you recognize like this, something's out of balance here, I should feel more upset about this, or like, I feel really numb about this, I guess that's okay, or that's kind of weird. If you kind of like, you know what, I need to talk to so-and-so because, you know, I tend to feel my feelings when I talk to them. I feel safe feeling my feelings when I talk to them. Or again, you might be one of those people like when I'm by myself and I go through the scenario again and I'm by myself, those emotions will bubble to the surface and I can process them out. If you do that, you'll be in control of the situation going forward, and you'll be able to handle it the way you want to handle it versus your emotions dragging you down the stairs, so to speak. I feel like this is what this is about. Whatever this is, it's going to bring forth very intense emotions, and they're like, you don't have to be subject to your emotions telling you when it's going to happen. You can kind of actually manage this in a different way to where, all right, before it becomes an issue, before I have too much pent up, let me find somewhere to process this on my terms versus my emotions just saying, well, this is when it's going to happen. There could be conflict here. It's all about being stuck with what's going on versus having control of what's going on. Like, will you have total control? I don't know about total control, but it's kind of like knowing you have, like, you know, you have something going on that has to be dealt with. There's like this pile of stuff that needs to be dealt with. And it's like it can just keep building up until it overwhelms you and just buries you, or you can go towards it kind of like, I don't want to deal with it, but if I at least, you know, do it on my terms, at least I can segregate it out and deal with it in pieces the way that works better for me. I feel like that's what they keep trying. That's what they're trying to go for here. Like, be aware that this is happening. Be aware that this moment is coming forward. You can have more control over it than maybe you believe you can. Like, it's not something you can control like in the moment, but like as it keeps coming forward, kind of like knowing like, okay, today I'm not feeling that emotion, but it is something that I know bothers me. Finding a way to deal with it before it deals with me. Does that make sense? I think we're there. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.